Welcome, my love, to today's belly dance flow, a special edition of the sensual dance classes I host here on my channel. We're focusing on beginner and intermediate belly dance techniques for your hips, chest, and spine. Let's begin in a standing position. Breathe your arms up, settling down into a flexed hand position and circle your hips. Beautiful. Reversing that circle, we're going to come into a basic belly dance stance with your knees bent and coming over to the side for your side winder. Letting your arms flow and your side body undulate. Repeating this motion with a wider stance. And let's bring it back down low again, circling the hips in our traditional belly dance stance, knees bent, and opening the chest up for some circles, gently warming up the body for all the beautiful movements we're making today. Breathe the arms up and wind the side body down, really focusing on isolating your torso and your hips. Beautiful. Let's display our arm up into this beautiful pose, coming up through the center and opening to the other side. Lovely, settling into our prayer hands and coming to the side for a really fun undulation exercise. So here you're leading through your head, articulating through the rest of your body, really leaning into your one side, the hand that is leading. Now isolating this movement so that it's starting from your chest and undulating through the lower half of your body. Trying to keep your head still. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. Full body undulation, impulse coming from the head and the arm, allowing it to finish at around your hips. Beautiful. Now isolating from about your chest down to your hips. And getting used to this rolling sensation through your body. Arms come up. And here we go for some more isolations. This time really expanding your chest forward and back, side to side. Beautiful. Let's create that same movement but with your hips front to back and side to side. Knees are bent. And let's create a box now, focusing on the chest, front, side, back, side, front, other way. Having fun with a little bounce here and smooth it out. And smooth it out with the hips and chest. Beautiful. Let's relax our arms and just wind the side of our body down and up, playing with levels and just having fun here. Let's come over to the side, coming back to this idea of undulating through your spine in different directions. So allowing the movement to come from your head, chest, and back to your hips. Head, chest, and back to your hips. Part of the impulse here is happening through the foot. So just noticing that pushing off the foot can help this impulse very much roll through your body. And don't think about it too much, just imagine a wave flowing through the entirety of your body. It is an exploration just to feel how these sorts of movements can really flow through you. Beautiful. Middle stance. And switching the leg that is leading this time. Seeing the difference that it feels. Rolling through the middle with both arms up. And back towards the side. And really playing with that pushing foot motion to help the impulse roll through your body. Beautiful. Through the middle. Coming back to it again. Perhaps playing with a bigger motion or a smaller motion, just to feel the difference. You can also make an accentuation with your hips at the end of the roll, if that feels fun for you. Beautiful, my love, through the center. Hands in prayer, and let's work on sharp movements of the hips. The knees have to be bent in order to make this happen. And just playing with a hand position with flexed hands out. And working with this movement as you walk. So as you step, you sharply move your hip to that side. Playing with the arms up. Yes, beautiful. And let's leave one arm up and work on the side undulations again of the torso. Reaching with the other arm up and undulate with the sides of your body. Beautiful, switching sides, luxuriating in these beautiful movements of the beautiful length of your body. Enjoying this side winding motion through your torso and hips. We get to belly dance today, so fun. Getting down lower just to play with some levels. Beautiful. Let's relax the hips and just come into a gentle shimmy of the hips. I'm playing with my arms here and just keeping everything really relaxed. Gentle shaking of the hips side to side. My feet are firmly planted, and let's play with the chest, shimmying forward and back towards the diagonal, allowing a big loose movement just to reverberate through this part of your body. Beautiful. Let's settle here into a couple little circles. Breathing over to one side, lifting the hip and relaxing down. A nice gentle breathing with the hips and the wrists. Coming back to center, following along with these fun, beautiful movements. Arms are up now, focusing on some sharper hip accents, really pushing through your propped foot And playing with the tempo here, slowing it down and also speeding it up, making it a sharp movement. Beautiful hip accents. Let's release the booty back and experiment by trying this on the other side. Arms are up and accent the hip up and down. Really playing with this. Knees are bent and slowing the motion down just to feel what is happening as you're pushing your hip up and down to the side and back. Beautiful. So fun. I love this motion. Let's open our arms out to the side, breathing in and out, bending into one hip, displaying the arms out in this graceful opening. So lovely to incorporate softer movements and coming back to the center. Let's focus on some accents of the hip and the chest. So popping your chest forward and then hips back, forward and back, forward and back. Beautiful. Having fun with this movement, isolating these parts of your body and working on that sharp accent again. So fun to isolate different parts of the body while trying to keep other parts still. Let's shimmy it out, bring the arms up, hands to prayer, just releasing and relaxing your hips, letting them shake out naturally. Beautiful. Back to a wider stance, undulating through the side body like you're moving through water. A delicious feeling. Seeing how deeply you can sink into the side of your body, almost reaching for the ground. So lovely to play with layers. And gently bring the feet back together, placing the hands around your hips. And now focusing on a figure 8 motion with your hips, as if you're dipping one hip forward, sliding back on a diagonal, and then moving the other hip forward. Reverse the direction, drawing this figure 8 on a horizontal plane. Lovely. Getting down a little bit lower, maintaining that strong connection to the floor. Very flat feet for this one. Lovely. And with our flexed hands, let's circle the hips, bringing the hands up, flexed hands at the top, and playing with a new pose side to side. Hands are touching at the top and opening to the side as you lean into the hip. I always like to look to the side of which my hip is leaning. It's just a fun way to accentuate what's happening in the body. And you can also add a bounce like I'm doing here and speed up the tempo. Again, just a recommendation if you're craving an extra challenge. Beautiful. Let's go back to these sharp hip accents again. Knees are bent, And you don't have to turn around like I am right now. I just want to show you the movements. You can continue to follow along with what arms I'm doing. And I'm going to show you some of these movements from the back. Just continue to follow along with me. Hips are moving. Arms out. And let's release into the side winding position. Really articulating through your spine here. Really imagining that you're leaning over and snaking through. These are very snake-like movements. So beautiful. Widening the stance. Amazing flow for you and your body. Healthy spine. Beautiful. Powerfully bring your arms up. I will join you in the front again. And let's work on this side winding motion just from the torso and the hips. The back of the hands are touching. Feet are together. Beautiful. Crossing your arms, shimmy your hips, and open up the arms and shimmy your chest. We're going to be alternating and working on this pattern for a while, just to see what it feels like to alternate between shimmying different parts of the body, working on the isolation, and adding layers if you do feel called. For a challenge, you can come over to the side and work on an up and down motion at the same time with the hips and a forward and back motion with the chest, just for an added layer. And it doesn't have to look perfect. It takes work to figure out isolations in your body and to try to keep other parts of your body still at the same time. It's a really fun exercise. I love doing this. And playing with the other side, chest forward and back as you shimmy, hips up and down as you shimmy. One foot is propped while I'm doing it to the side, which means that my heel is up. Beautiful. Let's slow all of this down, all of the beautiful shimmies we have just completed. We are opening and closing our legs as our arm and hand is tracing and following us, leading and guiding us. These soft movements just are so nourishing and grounding for the body. Adding this fluidity into any dance makes it so mesmerizing. Here's an invitation to add a layer with your arms, seeing how it swoops open towards your head as you close. Swoop open, back of the head, and close. Just playing with how graceful you can make all of these movements. You can see that I'm opening my chest up a bit as I do this. Another fun layer to add is, of course, a hip accent. As you come into the completion of the pose, lift the hip up. There are always so many creative ways to add accents and layers to any dance movement. Beautiful. Release to center. Arms come up now, flowing through this beautiful centering movement. Palms together. And another beautiful spinal undulation, an invitation to dive deep into the fluidity of your back, of your spine, of your entire body. Beautiful flowing center with just one arm now to the side, to the other side, really feeling this mermaid-like energy and switching the leading arm. You can always try with undulations, making them smaller or bigger, and just experiment what that feels like in your body. Beautiful, my love. Back to center. And release. 1 foot forward, arms come up, extending out your hips side to side as your arms open. My foot is propped here, my knees are bent, and my hips are moving side to side. Beautiful, switching sides. You can experiment with what your arms are doing and really creating that snake-like motion of your obliques. So fun to try different foot positions for all of these movements. Let's flow over to the side, dragging the foot in, releasing the arms back. Really carrying the energy with your arms as they caress down your body and release back. Dipping forward, dragging in, touching yourself, release back. You can add a nice bend at the end of the movement of your knees if you'd like. You can really take your time caressing yourself and dragging your foot. And this being a very delicate-like movement, your chest is lifted. And really allow your arms to come back at the very end of the motion. Beautiful. Back to center. Let's play with this beautiful stepping open walk where you step and open your arm to the side as if you are displaying something, and adding this accent at the end of the movement where your hip pops up. Super fun. Swooping the arm, popping the hip, and keeping your knees nice and bent throughout this whole sequence. A lot of belly dance technique is all about having a strong foundation through the feet and having bent knees in order to make other parts of your body be able to open up and move in different ways. Beautiful. Let's play with this stepping tap motion. I'll lift up my skirt here so you can see my feet, but I'm basically stepping forward, tapping, and then accentuating that step with a hip pop. Super fun, super juicy. You can have your arms out to the side with flexed hands. And another variation to this movement to make it a little more challenging and spicy is to twist your hips as you do it. So your front foot will be turning inwards a bit. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite hip movements. So fun. And you can play with doing sharper movements of the hips or softer movements depending on what you're feeling. You can also put your hands by your head, by your hair, for more playful movement. Another fun layer to add here is to shimmy your hips while you're doing this, still keeping the accent at the top of the hip as you pulse your foot forward. This is extra challenging but so fun. Let's release this to the side in our wider stance, forward, drinking this beautiful energy in, back to the side, and stretching forward. We're beginning some more gentle movements to cool down the body from all the exciting movements, from all the activations that have happened with our hips, chest, and spine. So enjoy getting liquidy and allowing yourself to stretch and cool down. Wide stance, bend your knees, and perhaps dip one shoulder forward for a little spinal twist and shoulder stretch. Switch sides. And come up to standing, release your upper body down, and play with shifting your weight around, perhaps bending and straightening your legs, stretching your hamstrings, releasing your lower back. You may also lift a heel, bend, and lengthen from there. And switch to the other side so you're really feeling through the arch of your foot. Beautiful stretch. And gently roll up. Coming back to the center, let's bring our arms up. And melt down the body, arching the back until you're all the way down. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling up. Let's repeat this motion, melting down through the center, all the way to the ground, and rolling up from your lower back, center back, and shoulders. Again, luxuriating in this full spinal stretch, feeling into every crevasse of your vertebrae. Beautiful. Wide stance, reaching up, same motion, arching your back, coming down to the ground in prayer, and rolling up. Oozing beautiful, delicious energy for yourself, for your body. Giving gratitude for all these activating movements. Allowing the stretch to go deeply into every bone of your body. Rolling up, and a gentle flow with one arm, one hip to the side, like you're moving through water, cultivating a gentle aftercare after some stimulation. Beautiful. Arms out, open the chest forward and back. And reverse the circle. Really anchoring in all the beautiful movements we've done today. Settling into the hips, circle them back and around, keeping that traditional bent knee stance, and reverse the circle. Release. You can shimmy to end, my love. You were absolutely incredible today. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a pleasure to share some belly dance movements with you today. I was really inspired by I Am the Sun, who specifically requested spinal movements, and I thought doing a fun belly dance flow would be perfect to really elongate the spine. I know I'm feeling super activated in my hips and in my chest, and I just love this kind of movement. To continue to support my channel, make sure that you're subscribed, and please do comment below. I absolutely love just knowing that there's a tribe of us sensually moving our bodies like this and just exploring this beautiful art form of dance. Sending my love and blessings to you, and I will see you in a video soon.